I want to give a little comfort to those who feel like they're called to service. Leadership is not easy. In a lot of cases, you're leading and you don't know you're leading because people are paying attention to your example. You're not giving credit for your example, they just pay attention to it. So leading is not easy in a lot of cases. It's a mindset. There is a dedication process to it. And we're going through that right now. I was talking to my new son-in-law, who's on his way to Texas to take on a task, which is to be my daughter's husband. Wow. If my daughter listens to this, she's going to slap me around later. Because he's got to deal with those grandchildren, he's got to deal with the mother, he's got to deal with me, he's got to deal with her, and he has the lead. It's not a matter of if you're leading or not leading. You're leading. Even if you're just putting guardrails up. Leadership is not for everyone. As much as everyone would like to think that they're called to be a leader, they're not. If you're looking for applause, forget about it. This is not television. Leadership means doing the work, period. It does not mean bossing anyone around. It doesn't even mean necessarily setting the standard because the standards have already been set. They're not yours. The standards have already been determined. Think about it. Go to university, get a degree, get your doctorate degree, master's degree, whatever degree you want to get. And you go through the books and the standards are all right there. You didn't create not one of them. The only way you can hold up a standard is by being so. Being that standard. What you do is your standard. There's room for improvement. That's why you say, I'm sorry, my bad. I did this, I did that, not you. Him, her, them, they. If you start hearing a lot of conversation with the thems and the theys and the this and the that, take it with a grain of salt. Leadership demonstrates the standard, then judgment based upon the standard that they show can be implemented. They can speak on it. Bible says it in the New Testament, judge not lest ye be judged. Doesn't mean don't make a judgment. It means you better hold the same standards that you're judging. Or you become a hypocrite, which is not fruitful in the truth. No better place to see it than service. Service, whether it's in a nonprofit organization, or service, whether it's in business. Service, whether it's politically. Service in whatever industry. I don't want to name them all because if I name them all, that'd take up too much time. And second of all, you will find some of them controversial, like war. Or the sex industry. These are all areas of service. The most underrated area of service, in my opinion, is business. Because it can become so mesmerizing for the person who's making the money, they can forget it wasn't about the money, it's about the service that you provide. It is a privilege to be called into service. And Paul is saying a lot about service, huh? At least he's mentioning the word service a lot. Yes. Because the power of service with the right intention, I threw that in there, that's my flesh. I heard my flesh throw that in there. Forget it. But the power of service creates an atmosphere to create healing for a lot of people. Or pain. In Numbers chapter 8, verse 5, which we already talked about in the previous Numbers 8, the cleansing, or cleanse, or wherever I named it. I noticed a lot of people didn't look at that one. You should look at that one. In verse 5 it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the Levites from among the children of Israel and cleanse them." It's another reason why I'm going over this again, so that hopefully you'll listen to this one. This particular video. Take the Levites and cleanse them from amongst the children of Israel. From amongst the children of Israel. I'm not going to get too controversial about that statement. Take the Levites from amongst the children of Israel. But you have to understand that God is choosing his firstborn. The firstborn's job is to serve. Verse 7, "And thus shall they do unto them, cleanse them, sprinkle water, purify, shave all their flesh, let them wash their clothes, and make themselves clean." So there's a dedication part. Verse 8, "Then let them take a young bullock with his meat offering, fine flour mingled with oil, and another young bull for the sin offering." So they come in and they make their offering. So there's a dedication. Remember when I said there's a burnt offering involved, there's a meat offering involved, and there's a sin offering involved, even though the burnt offering isn't talked about there. The young bullock with the meat offering. So it's the bullock and meat. So it's the meat offering, is not meat, it's bread. The meat offering, which is fine flour mingled with oil and frankincense, by the way. And another young bullock, which is not mentioned there. And another young bullock shall you take for the sin offering. One is burnt or cooked, another one is not. Go down to verse 15. And after that shall the Levites go in to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Keep in mind, we're still on the Levites. Why? Because I'm called to leadership. This is about leading. Leading is about service. It's not about being a boss. It's about doing the work of the ministry. "And thou shalt cleanse them and offer them." I'm going to be a little bit more controversial here. I'm going to take the italicized word out. "And offer them an offering." I'm taking an italicized word, which is "for," out. And this is going to be controversial. Study to show yourself approved. "Cleanse them and offer them an offering." Verse 16, "For they wholly given unto me from among the children of Israel." Instead of such as open every womb, the firstborn of all the children of Israel have I taken them unto me, for all the firstborn of the children of Israel, mine, man and beast. And on the day I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them for myself. I want you to hear that one more time, and we'll have the discussion after I read all the way down to 19. Verse 17, one more time. For all the firstborn of the children of Israel, mine, man and beast, on the day that I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them for myself. And I have taken the Levites from all the firstborn of the children of Israel. Verse 19, and we'll end here. And I have given the Levites a gift to Aaron and to his sons from among the children of Israel. From among the children of Israel. Aaron is the Levitical tribe, by the way. And among the children of Israel, and Moses, among the children of Israel, to do the service of the children of Israel in the tabernacle of the congregation, and to make an atonement for the children of Israel, that there be no plague among the children of Israel, when the children of Israel come nigh unto the sanctuary. What most people miss in service is they think they're there of themselves to earn profit of themselves, and it's about themselves. I'm not saying this is for everybody, but I'm saying this is the trick bag of being in service. As though you're just there to earn a profit or do something good in the community. Your job, in fact, you find satisfaction in the fact that you're doing good in the community. Your good is as a filthy rag. My good is as a filthy rag. The purpose of service is to take the plague off of other people. New Testament version of this is deliver people. You know, and some of the hyper-Christian people will say, save people. Salvation or wholeness is true, but with the right intention, that's where that word fits. So in other words, you think like you're doing them a favor. No, you're doing your job. God is doing them the favor. So, all you braggadocious people who brag about whatever, you're just doing your job. My job is to heal people, being a firstborn, truly firstborn, of the tribe. Levitical tribe, the tribe called to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, to make offerings and take care of the vessels within the tabernacle. The mentality of some is that, because I'm this particular position, and people give me power and that sort of thing. And again, this is in business, this is in ministry, this is in politics. This is just leadership. Do not take this. These are principles. It doesn't matter the profession. It's kind of the point. Hey, I'm a business strategist. I'm a business management, that sort of thing, an insurance broker. I'm not a pastor. I'm a teacher. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anything. But there are a certain group of people that understands that I am called to serve them. And I have to do so. My preaching is not good enough. My doing is my example. Let me open this up to you one more time because I want you to see something that's very, very important that I think the modern day churches get right and the modern day churches get wrong and the modern day businesses get right. In the last video, I talked about the importance of celebrating the Levites dedicating themselves. Businesses do this all the time. They give you what's called offer letters. When you're hired on into a company, you'll get an offer letter and sometimes even a gift. Congratulations. This is your job position. This is your job description. This is your salary or hourly wage. Welcome to the team. Your employee benefits will kick in 90 days. That's the power of service. In the modern day churches, you come in, they say, welcome to the family. Let's quote a scripture. See you next Sunday. Bible study is Wednesday. Read this one more time. Okay. Do I go back to the lamps? No. Verse 5, one more time. And the Lord's, Numbers chapter 8, verse 5. And the Lord spake unto Moses, take the Levites from among the children of Israel and cleanse them, which is the sprinkling of water. Let them shave their flesh. They wash their clothes. Then let them take a bullock and a meat offering, fine flour mingled with oil, young bullock. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the tabernacle of the congregation, and thou shalt gather the whole assembly of the children of Israel together, and thou shalt bring the Levites before the Lord, and the children of Israel shall put their hands upon the Levites. It's a celebration. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Lord an offering of the children of Israel. I'm taking the italicized word out, which is for. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Lord an offering of the children of Israel, and they may execute the service of the Lord, and the Levites shall lay their hands upon the heads of the bullocks. The bullocks talked about earlier. And thou shalt offer the one a sin, and the other a burnt. Burnt is dedication unto the Lord to make atonement for the whole crew, the Levites. And thou shalt set the Levites before Aaron and before his sons, and offer them an offering unto the Lord. Thus shalt thou separate the Levites from among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine. Verse 15, and after that shall the Levites go in to do the service of the tabernacle congregation. Why am I emphasizing that? They were celebrated, and then they do the work of the ministry. They go into training. Aaron and his sons begin to train these Levitical people called to the tabernacle of the congregation. Or if you like, if I could say it this way, called to whatever the purpose is, whether it's in business, ministry, politically, or whatever. politically, if you watch the House of Representatives and the Senate, they celebrate, they go in, they sign their names, they celebrate, they get their pens, they get their letters and all this other stuff. They celebrate, then they go and do the work. I don't see much of that in the modern day church. What I see is, now I am talking about the modern day Christian church. What I see is a whole bunch of people sitting waiting to be validated by one guy or gal. And when they don't get it, they sit there for years, unrecognized as Levitical priests or Levitical trainees. See, the person that ends up being celebrated is the pastor and his team, not the congregation or the ones who are doing the work. CashApp $MrPaulDozier, CashApp $MrPaulDozier. Thank you for taking this journey with me from Genesis to Revelation. We are on a journey. This is primarily for my grandchildren, my brothers and sisters in Kenya. If this is a blessing to you, I ask that you share this with your family, friends, your congregation, your business team, whomever you think will benefit from this information. Thank you very much for listening.